Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Police arrested 2 people early this morning for allegedly breaking into multiple garages in South Fargo. Officers were called to the 2600 block of 36th Avenue South on a report of a possible burglary. When officers arrived, they heard strange noises coming from inside the garages and set up a perimeter. 20-year-old Heather Bader of Moorhead and 19-year-old Alexander Wilkie were arrested for 8 garage burglaries in 3 separate apartment complexes. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley learned how easy it was for the suspects to get inside, and she joins us live now with more. Bailey?
Thanks, Andrea. Police say the 2 suspects gained access into one of the garage units by crossing the wires and then climbed through the rafters to get to the others. I talked with one man who had his garage broken into but didn't want to be on camera. He said suspicious activity has been going on around the garages for a while now and hopes this leads to a change. I also talked with a woman who lives nearby, and she says it concerns her that if one garage is broken into, then thieves have easy access to her garage as well.
That is terrifying, just thinking about how connected we all are with that and how structures can be so easily broken into by breaking in with just one. So we definitely need to increase the awareness as well as make it more difficult for people to break in and steal our private property.
Police say if you have a keypad or a keyhole outside your garage, the best way to prevent break-ins is by hardening the wires or simply going wireless. Andrea?
All right, thank you, Bailey. And coming up later tonight, Valley News Team's Joseph Ojo talked with experts who will show you how to harden the wires outside your garage. So far, so good. Most areas have been dry today. And with a lot of outdoor events this weekend, I think people are looking for more of the same. Let's start with this evening. Hutch?
All right, thanks, Andrea. We do see a few rumbles of thunder in the northern Red River Valley. These are all tracking from north to south across the region. A few sprinkles dancing across Barnes and western Cass County. For now, Fargo steering clear of any activity. Bring the umbrella along if you're in the northern valley, though. Quick, brief, heavy showers and a few rumbles of thunder will be possible. All of us in the 70s here across the valley as we're slowly warming back up to seasonable temperatures this evening. Spotty showers mainly to the north of Fargo will be in the 60s once we get past sunset. Light and variable winds. Temperatures cooling into the low 60s by bedtime tonight in the northern valley. The weekend right around the corner. All details on what, if any, showers you will have to dodge in their weekend outlook here in just a few moments.
Okay, thanks, Hutch. This week's Valley's Most Wanted is 31-year-old Deidre Taraba. Officers say she's wanted in Cass County for a probation violation on a charge of unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. You can call your local law enforcement if you have any information on this woman. A 74-year-old man was taken to jail in Willmar, Minnesota, after police say he tried to pull a girl into a public bathroom. Willmar police say the incident happened Wednesday evening at a business. A 911 caller said the man tried to pull his stepdaughter into a bathroom, and the caller intervened. Jesus Diaz was arrested and was being held on charges of kidnapping and false imprisonment. 2 separate calls to the Fargo Fire Department today regarding burnt food or hot ovens. Around 3:30 this afternoon at 4429 19th Avenue in South Fargo, there was a report of a structure fire, but it later turned into a cooking mishap. Earlier this morning in South Fargo, there was a report of fire at 371 Prairie Wood Circle South. That's near the Prairie Wood Golf Course. Authorities say the oven was left on too long, causing smoke to fill the unit. The fire was contained in the oven, and firefighters used extinguishers to put it out. At this time, there are no reported injuries in either of those fires. The Minnesota Department of Corrections commissioner today outlined his plans to keep staff safe and the next steps to move forward one day after fallen officer Joseph Gaum was laid to rest. Gaum died after an inmate, Edward Johnson, attacked him last Thursday while he was on duty in Stillwater Prison. Johnson is accused of stabbing and beating Gaum to death. Corrections officers say it happened with a hammer in a workshop where no cameras were present. Commissioner Tom Roy would not comment on that, only to say it's part of the investigation. They are in their 3rd year of a 5-year plan to upgrade buildings with cameras.
The floor that Officer Gaum was killed in will not be utilized within this administration.
There are 329 uniformed staff members at Stillwater to work with nearly 1,600 inmates. This year, the Fargo Air Show will be sure to have performances that will get your heart racing, like watching the Blue Angels or seeing a fire truck that reaches up to 400 miles per hour. There will also be performances from aerobatic flyers like John Klatt, and you'll be able to see the U.S. Navy's parachute team, the Leapfrogs. It will be a family-friendly event with something for everyone to enjoy.
I think it's about spending time with family, respecting the military, but also learning about aviation and having fun while you do it.
The gates open at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. To get tickets online, you can visit our website and click on this story. Imagine this, a small plane with room enough for two, and suddenly the engine roars to life and you're thrown back into your seat. We're flying with Lieutenant Klatt in a very unique airplane that was made for aerobatics. It's an adventure, and Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer is taking you along, so buckle up.
And we're going to fly next to your photographer. That's pretty good right there. That's
From the flips to what's called the teriyaki twist.
Straight up in a maneuver called the hammerhead turnaround.
This isn't your average aircraft, nor is it your average flight.
And it'll essentially go straight up in a spiraling climb.
And while this is an incredibly scary experience, it's still a lot of fun. But for Lieutenant Klatt, it's just another day.
This view is awesome too.
Not bad, is it?
When I was a young boy, we went to some air shows. I went to Oshkosh and really had an opportunity to watch people fly in air shows, and it really fascinated me. And that's when I knew I wanted to be a pilot.
He's flown thousands of hours and probably millions of miles. And though it is just another day for him, every time he climbs into the cockpit, it's a new experience.
All right, we're going to do some stuff just you and I, okay?
Flew upside down. You did really good. So what fun to get out here at the Fargo Air Show and let me share my passion for flying with you.
That was so cool.
And if you're wondering if you should give this crazy ride a try,
Oh my gosh, this is...
Wave to your viewers.
in Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
If you're interested in watching the aerobatic routine, Lieutenant Colonel Klatt, along with his crew, will be performing this weekend at the Fargo Air Show. The show begins at 11 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday at Hector International Airport. Children from Make-A-Wish of North Dakota had a chance to take in the Fargo Air Show today. Kids had a front row seat for the Blue Angels and other mid-air performers as they flew overhead. Some of the younger attendees needed earplugs to enjoy the fun. Understandable. Make-A-Wish is an organization that grants wishes to children with significant and sometimes terminal illnesses. The FDA is investigating horse feed from Gilman Co-op Creamery in Minnesota that has killed 6 horses. The FDA says the feed contains monensin. That's an animal drug highly toxic to horses, even at low levels. Following an inspection, the FDA found that the batch of horse feed linked to the deaths was mixed after the creamery mixed cattle feed containing the drug. It says the creamery did not perform adequate clean-out to remove the monensin. Horses exposed to the drug may show symptoms that include weakness, unsteady gait, inability to get up, diarrhea, abdominal pain, excessive urination, heart failure, or death. The toxin may even progress fast enough to kill the horse without showing any symptoms. The investigation regarding the horse feed case is ongoing. A childhood favorite appears to be leaving the shelves all over the Midwest. A viewer contacted our whistleblower hotline, alerting us to a situation involving Wheaties cereal. So we did some digging to find out what is happening with the beloved Breakfast of Champions. We'll have more on the Wheaties shortage in stores near you tonight on Valley News Live at 6.